back into like, all right, so y'all saying like it may be microorganisms on other planets. Why y'all not coming out and fully saying, yes, motherfucker, there are aliens?
Honestly, I think the reason why they don't tell us that because they want us to have this sense of arrogance just as a people to feel like we're above. Like I think they want us to have that sense of arrogance, you know, like to not think that there's other life forms out there, think that we're above everything and we're perfect and we can do no wrong and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? I think when you have a bunch of arrogance, that just causes more and more division. Simple as that.
I think it's the money. I don't think it's the arrogance. I think it's the money. Because if we find out there's some niggas out here that's traveling millions of light years away without having to fucking put gasoline in that bitch or some other shit, you know what I'm saying? I think it's the money. I think when we find out, if everybody were to find out that there's some technology out here that'll help everybody, you know what I'm saying, just with day-to-day life, you know, I think that's the end of society as we know it. You know what I'm saying? It's the end of society as we know it. Everything will, and it also goes with like religion. You know, that's everything. The end of society as we know it. Niggas ain't gonna go to work.
I mean, and
like dog.
Even to piggyback off, yeah.
I agree with.
I mean, even to piggyback off what you're saying. Yeah, even to piggyback off what you're saying, I think even for them to make us feel like there's no other life forms, it's like, all right, if we were, let's say that some fucking other life form came to Earth that's doing shit humans ain't doing, they're gonna be like, nigga, why should I listen to you? And this nigga just came from like, you know, 10 trillion light years away. You see what I'm saying? So they gotta make us feel like, you know, only a man could achieve the highest forms of existence. You know what I'm saying?
That's the ignorance, man. That's the ignorance.
But why are they showing us these UFOs and shit now?
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, because they're coming. They are coming.
We about to find out.
Are they really coming? Or
coming
here? Oh,
they've been here, but they're coming. They're about to come back, man.
Have you ever gone on it? So I was thinking about that conversation we was having the other day when we said we saw them UFOs by Bowie State. So I went on and I typed in UFO sightings by Bowie State. I literally typed that shit in, UFO sightings by Bowie State. And it didn't say specifically about Bowie State, but it brought up the little website where you can literally look up people's UFO sightings. And them shits is common as hell. Like, nigga, if it just go, I forgot, just type in like UFO sightings in Maryland. It's a website. And like a lot of the shit that people be seeing, it be like the same shit. Like if you go down the list, the description be like almost the same descriptions. And I seen joints that say like white orbs and red orbs and triangles and lights moving together and all kinds of shit. But look at it. You can look at it right now as we speak, and you'll see like UFO sightings that happened like real recently. So that shit happens a lot.
Man, like I'm saying, I just think it's to make you more aware of it now. They here, man. They here. They coming. I don't know what they gonna want, but
I just don't know what's the purpose of the government showing us that, knowing that we've been knew they had, you know, everybody has these sightings. Everybody had these sightings. So what is the point of them putting it out for themselves? That they?
It's probably got to be a scandal. They just want to get ahead of it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, and this, I don't think this answers your question fully, Randall. But if you look at SpaceX, and this is Elon Musk's division, he already has billions of dollars that they bid on to travel to Mars. Yeah. And so like that's money, you know what I mean? Like for somebody to think that there's, you know, something hovering above us, or like there's, you know, there's potential of seeing something that nobody else has seen on this earth. You know, I think the bidding war goes higher and higher on that. Because that's only part of the answer, but I think it is more to it. I just don't know what it is.
Y'all watch them launches?
Yeah, them shit's sick, man.
That shit look fake as fuck to me.
That's just sick. So, but see, if you look at exactly where they're located, you can they can see from telescopes and stuff where that blast off is taking place. But it's very restricted too. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Who's gonna say, you know, I worked for SpaceX and this is what I saw?
That shit look, I don't know. When I look at it with my own two eyes, that shit look fake to me. When they be showing those launches, especially how like it's like a rocket like this and they come down, blast off, and then come back down on the same pod like that. That shit look fuck. I ain't believing that shit.
Flat Earth, baby. Flat Earth. It's a flat Earth.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about.
I don't know, but maybe I don't know. Like, to answer your question, I think that maybe I don't know, maybe the powers to be just feel as though it's time. Like you can't hide shit but for so long. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
they've been doing it. So like, why now? Like, I don't understand.
Maybe they feel as though, okay, maybe the masses, we can't, like, it's like your kids. Like, you could play a magic trick on your kids when like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't like a magician. You know what I'm saying? But when my kids were much smaller than they were, younger than they are now, I used to act like I was a magician. Now I try to do that, they be like, "Cuz, this shit's right behind your back." You know what I'm saying? So it's like they grow up and they become wiser. And I feel as though, like, our generation, the masses now, we're more wise. We have access to more things, and we're more wiser as a population. And it's just like, I don't know. Just like Buddha said, nothing can be hidden. There's only three things can not be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. It's nothing. You can't deny that shit. You know.
All right. So what's like towards the truth?
What I was gonna say, just to piggyback off Brian, I would say if it's either that or the niggas from outer space is saying it's time. You know, because it's superior technology.
They've been showing themselves.
They don't care. They didn't worry about shit. You think that they think they're worried about the law? They're not worried about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please.
Your man-made law. Get out of here.
It's like, what are you fucking talking about? Yeah. I can beam you right now.
They don't operate on our human shit.
I mean, like, the thing is, like, at this point, like, they did release all that footage recently, and it was by the military. So at this point, what is it going to take for like the human race to believe it? Because they showed it and people was like, okay, sure. But like, what is it going to take now for people to be like, you know, hand on their head and shit? Like,
I think it would take some Hollywood shit. The worst case scenario, niggas trying to come and take some shit over.
That's what I'm trying to get to. They're gonna. I think it's gonna be a stage type dilemma where they're gonna use, you know, like Project Bluebeam. They're gonna use some type of hologram. You've seen like the holograms at Coachella the last few years.
They already showed.
They're gonna project something in the sky, and then it's gonna be like a fake alien invasion, or it's gonna be like the second coming of Christ, and they're gonna use that to their advantage.
No, that's true.
And speaking and I think that you're right, and like you said, like you just said, like most people, they have a religion, right? And like you said, they just starting to release this type of stuff. And the only reason why they like kept the shit a secret is because like everybody operates off of fear. You know what I'm saying? And religion is one of the main streams of like promoting like fear into people, like heaven, hell, or like don't do bad, or this will happen to you type thing. And I think that if they do something like that, like if they were to show like they're fucking aliens from like another planet, like it would discredit religion. Mostly all the religions will be discredited because it's like, all right, well, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like what is a person who believes in Jesus Christ and all he knows is the Bible, and all of a sudden here's this being from another light year away coming down? It's like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck am I going to say about? What is your pastor going to say about that? What can your pastor tell you?
But aliens been documented going back to like, you know, biblical times and all that.
Yeah,
Even back to
I was about to say it's still life forces that aren't explained, but and nowhere in the Bible it say that we the only people on Earth, or that we are the only inhabitants.
Yep.
They don't push that in church.
Yeah.
It's control.
Yeah, so it is fear-based society.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, I even think even the fact that even in like, you know, some religions that they'll say like if you do bad then you'll be punished. It's like instead of teaching, so people are doing good out of fear rather doing good because it's actually a positive thing. So
Yeah.
you're not teaching people do good because of a positive outcome that can come from it. You're teaching people do good because you'll be punished, which means that they don't really connect with doing good deeds. They're just doing good so they won't be punished. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's just a disservice within itself right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole bet God has with the devil. That's the whole bet.
Yep. And I think it's more like, it's kind of like to your passion. You know what I mean? Like I forgot, somebody said the point that if you find a job that you love, or if you find a passion, that you work for, it's almost like not working. And that's the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing it out of your goodness and making the society better and moving society up, and out of the goodness of your heart rather than out of fear, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more motivation, and it's gonna help the world, not just your single, motive. So that makes sense.
So what if like all this well, that's just a theory. Like all this other life forms is just part of the, parallel universe shit. And they just have the ability to pop in, pop out. And there's no really way to explain the shit. And all these UFO sightings is something that's man-made.
Do you believe in wormholes and black holes?
I mean,
yes,
it has to be. That's something that's been like documented, like way back. Like
then
even
they said
how
the
like
Bermuda Triangle.
yeah, and then how like how like all them Aztecs and the Mayans just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like
I believe it. I believe in that shit too.
Even City of Cydonia, they said that shit's like that too. That shit from Mars to Egypt and all that.
Pyramids on Mars. I mean, the term, what was it? Cairo.
Cairo means Egypt. Yep.
No, Cairo means Mars, or was it?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, just like you said, it's the same outline as Egypt on Mars.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. It's
like that movie, the original Stargate. How they was.
Oh yeah, that joint was cold.
Yeah,
that joint was dope.
That shit was tight.
Yeah.
Remember the movie Contact with the
Foster. Yeah.
That joint was tight.
That was tight.
Quote from that movie. What was it? If there were no, if we were the only ones out here, then that's a whole lot of waste of space or whatever. If we the only ones here, gotta be
that's what I was saying. It doesn't make sense for the like it just doesn't make sense. Niggas is lying.
For there to be a multiverse and no other life forms, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all.
Hey, since y'all was talking about Egypt, do y'all think that the pyramids and everything, do you think those were built by slaves?
No.
Slave labor?
No.
Nah, I think it's by Egyptian architects.
The pyramids predate Egyptian, like
aliens.
Like so we saying it wasn't a bunch of Bamas in sandals pulling these massive tons of rock and sandals in the sand.
The physical impossibility.
Impossible. I agree.
Impossible.
Yeah. Is it impossible though?
That's what they teach.
Some of it's impossible.
Is it impossible though?
I think it's the succession.
It was hot as hell in the desert, niggas. Like
exactly. It's hot as hell.
All right, it was impossible to do it in the amount of time that it was done.
Right, but if you look at some of them too, it's a succession because some of them are dated to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years ago, but some aren't that old. So it's like
I'm talking about the great ones.
Oh yeah.
But not even just in the time that it was done, just the way they said it was done. Like they're sliding limestone across wood. Where are they getting the wood from? That's what I want to know. Where are they getting the wood from?
Well, Egypt wasn't always a desert. That shit became a desert. Like before that, it was like vegetation and trees and lakes and all kinds of.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why everybody
like that.
Yeah.
Hey P, remember the movie Prometheus?
Yeah, that movie was freaky.
That shit was crazy.
Ridley Scott.
Yep.
That shit'll make you think about it too.
But that's the thing. Like these directors, these writers, all these movie makers, they always take a piece of the truth and they put them in the movies and put it in plain sight.
Yeah, I
Oh,
feel like that's
nigga, you heard that shit from a movie.
I think the fucking Avengers was just like that Endgame shit was just like in your face.
Yeah.
If you don't get this shit, then you just dumb as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Endgame was tough.
A lot of Steven Spielberg movies too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It should be based off the truth too, man.
It's like what's the
Yeah,
term?
Ready Player One.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Ready Player One.
Extraterrestrial stuff.
Oh, he did that, John? Okay.
close
Yeah, I got a lot of
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
He used real scientists in the movie that told him about this. Even what was the Indiana Jones, the Spielberg Jones with the crystal skulls? That's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
All them skulls spread around the planet.
Yeah, that was the last John. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And big alien heads.
Hey, to that point, man, I want to say everybody should definitely travel. One place I haven't gone